I've tested over 500,000 unique Facebook ads over the past 7 years, testing all the possible combinations you can think of with the marketing angles of each business, the creative styles, the medium, the ad copy, the landing page styles, and more. Across all verticals and industries, from working directly with Steve Harvey and his brand all the way to EA Sports, to spending $3 million in 5 weeks for an online real estate masterclass, to scaling a weight loss celebrity supplement from $10,000 to $75,000 a day in profitable ad spend. Your ad testing strategy is the most important thing that you need to get systematized when it comes to running Facebook ads. That's why in today's video, I'm gonna reveal the easiest way to test Facebook ads. We're gonna cover video creative specifically because the vast majority of scale potential in an ad account is going to come from video content. That's just how the algorithm works. Before we get into the raw strategy, we need to define what ad testing even is. Ad testing is simply trying to find the highest performing asset to match your business objective. So regardless of whether that's trying to get purchases to a website, trying to generate leads, trying to generate booked calls, or even all the way to app install campaigns, ad testing is trying to get you as close to that goal at the lowest amount of money per action or per conversion as possible. So you give Facebook or Zuckerberg $100, and then the algorithm tries to acquire customers for your business at the lowest possible cost with that $100. And ad testing is designed to give you the highest possible return on ad spend from that $100. We have the marketing angle, which is the benefit focus to your specific business and product. We have the medium, which is the format. We have the style, which is the creative direction. We have the caption style, which is the way the captions are presented on screen. We have the ad copy that accompanies the creative itself, and it's split between primary text and headline. There is technically one more, which is the profile, where you split test the same ad running from different Facebook and Instagram accounts. For 98% of you, that's not the low-hanging fruit, and there are other variables that we should be focusing on. And so we're gonna stick to those core 7 that we just spoke about. Now, the key with all these variables that we just went through is to interchange different aspects of each one to find that best possible combination for performance. Now let's actually talk about how to test these components together. There are 3 core parts of a video ad. You have the hook, the retention, and the call to action. The hook is typically the first 1 to 5 seconds of the video, and its purpose is to stop the scroll of the user, to capture their attention. The retention is the core part of your video script, and its job is to build interest with either your product or service or the pain point that a user is facing. And lastly, the call to action's purpose is to get users to click off of Facebook or Instagram and go to your website, or if you're using an in-platform tool such as a lead form, get them to submit their information. I would highly suggest that you test between 3 and 6 hook variations for each ad concept. And the reason for that is simple. The hooks have the lowest possible additional cost for producing, and they also have the highest volatility percentage, meaning they have a really good chance at maybe outperforming your control or vastly underperforming. Think of your video ad as a sales funnel. There's going to be a lot of room for optimization to widen that top so that more users can flow further down, rather than trying to tweak the sections that are later on. Now, that's not to say there isn't value in testing retention and call to action variations. It's just about maximizing our resources and leverage. Let's take a step back and let's imagine that we've been testing new ads using the system that I just described for a month. And importantly, we've identified a control asset in the account, the highest performing ad creative. Should we just ramp budget on it, spend more money, and then go try other stuff? Should we build a ton of iterations on it? Should we duplicate it across the entire ad account and create multiple post IDs? Once I have data and conclusive data on an ad test, my process is as follows. Number 1, create variants or iterations of the stuff that's working. also known as horizontal scaling. Number 2, raise budgets and duplicate that ad into an ASC or Advantage Plus shopping campaign, or if you're running lead generation, a tailored leads campaign. Number 3, create an axe list of stuff that has consistently flopped for us. And this could be a combination of things like ad copy, creative styles, mediums, etc. And yes, that even means if it's working for someone else. Just because it's working for your competitor doesn't mean that you're gonna find success with it. That's why we need to test ads in the first place. And lastly, number 4, test new stuff regardless of the performance in your ad account. Even if it's amazing and you're printing money every day, or if you're losing money and you don't know what to do, just test new stuff all the time. Consider your ad account a garden and each ad concept a seed that you plant. Some seeds are going to grow and give you a ton of fruits, while other ones are barely going to survive for weeks and then slowly die off. Some of them might even fail to sprout. But if you neglect to test new ads altogether, eventually the soil that you were planting with will become barren and it'll be impossible to grow anything new. Now let's move into the financials on how to make all of this stuff work. I know firsthand that we need to be cognizant of the resources that we have at our disposal. We can't be testing everything that I've mentioned in this video unless you have hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. And I know that's not the majority of you. And so all those variables that we just spoke about at the top of the video, we need to rank them in order of testing priority and then adjust our budget accordingly. So when we're at a low budget, spending anywhere from $50 a day all the way to $999 a day, we want to focus on testing these 3 core components: your marketing angle, your creative style, and lastly, a landing page. Now, when we advance to a medium or a high budget, spending anywhere from $1,000 a day to $50,000 a day plus, we can start to incorporate some of the other combinations and components that we spoke about earlier. Things like the creative medium, the heuristic, the ad copy, the profile, the caption style. The reason that we prioritize those 3 at a low budget versus medium and high is very simple, very similar to testing hooks versus testing hooks retention and call to actions. It's the highest leverage thing that we can do for our success at the lowest possible cost. You want direct access to all of the possible combinations for all of the components that we just walked through. Check out my endless ad systems. Click or tap the first link in the description of this YouTube video. And that's how you easily test Facebook ads. But knowing how to test them without learning how to optimize them properly will still result in you losing a ton of money. Click here to learn the optimal ad account structure so you're not wasting any ad dollars. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today and watching this video until the end. And until next time, take care. Look, this is red, right? I push 2 buttons. Oh, purple. I definitely could be in Star Wars.